The Gang. Chapter 2. Davy gets out of the destroyer's grasp and runs back to the way they came in, away from the monster. Everybody calls out his name in annoyance, but the monster lifts up his scythe to strike it down on new targets, themselves. Alistair. Shit! Everybody moves out of the way as the scythe quickly strikes the floor, causing the blood on it to fly in different directions. They all try to run off or find hiding places, but the monster slowly floats into all their directions. Jamie. D, shoot him or something. The destroyer looks through his jacket and pockets for anything. I'm all out. What? I used up everything practicing. You fucking suck, D. Just as Jameson screams this, she and Alistair look up, seeing the monster about to strike down the scythe again, where they sit. They quickly get out of the way before it hits them. The destroyer flips off and shouts at Jamie as she runs away. The destroyer. Yeah? Who sucks now? Just as he does this, he looks up too and quickly ducks, avoiding the monster's scythe striking where he is. Across the room, Bethany sits back in a meditative pose while beginning completely calm compared to her friends. She closes her eyes and whispers something to herself before her eyes open wide and are completely covered in pure darkness. The monster turns, sensing her summoning something, and sees a giant shadow monster rise up behind her across the wall of the room. A devilish smile appears on the creature's face before it dashes over to the monster to strike. The monster blocks it with its scythe, while Bethany floats above the ground, controlling the shadow from the other end of the room. Jamie and Alistair see this happening. Alistair. You see David at all? Jamie. No, that idiot ditched us. David. Ah! All of David's friends look above them as David screams and runs atop the room towards the monster. He jumps towards it with his arms open, but is hit by the scythe and falls to the side of it. The destroyer. What the fuck is wrong with you, David? Shadow is able to attack the monster while it is distracted, causing enough damage for it to move back towards where David landed. David slowly extends his hand towards the monster, causing some sort of energy to come out of his fingertips. It moves towards the monster, causing it to tense up a little and feel disoriented. David. Let's go while it's distracted. David gets up and stumbles over to where they came in, with everyone else following. The shadow dissolves and Bethany falls back to the ground and follows her friends. The monster tries to follow them, but it struggles to concentrate, with David's power still affecting it. Everyone scrambles back across town, losing the monster as they run faster than they ever have. Cut to exterior, evening, scene 6. David. What the hell was that? Everyone takes a breath after running all the way back to where they came from. The destroyer. Well, that was obviously a fucking floating skeleton. What did you think it was, David? You know what I meant, D. Alistair. Okay, everybody shut up. Just wait a minute. Jamie. Wait for what? Are you insane? We were almost killed by a fucking skeleton. How do you just wait after something like that? Bethany. Quiet. Everyone looks at Bethany, who is pulling out different books in her collection. She pulls out one and begins to flip through it. Alistair. What are you looking for, Beth? Bethany. Here, look. She points to one page with a dark figure that looks almost identical to the monster they just encountered. The destroyer. No way. Bethany. Yes way, jackass. Everyone crowds over near Bethany as she begins to read the page with the sketch. Bethany. To those who come across this entity, beware of its touch and stare. May you be respectful in the face of death itself. The Grim Reaper owes all on earth as it takes us to the next life after this one. If you get on its bad side, may God help you. The Destroyer. Wait, so you're saying that thing was the Grim Reaper? Bethany. The book never lies. Jamie. But if that thing was the Grim Reaper, what the hell was it doing at the crime scene? David. Well, who the hell cares? That thing had a fucking bloody sword, guys. Bethany. It was a scythe, not a sword. Again, who the hell cares? Jamie. I do. If that thing has anything to do with my family, I'll kick its ass. Bethany. Did you not hear me, Jamie? If you touch that thing, you're gonna die. The Destroyer. Hey, if that was the Grim Reaper, then maybe it was there to pick up a soul or two. Jamie slowly looks back at the Destroyer. Jamie. What did you say? Alistair. Hold on, Jamie. He didn't mean what you think, okay? We all just need to calm down, go home, and meet back up tomorrow, okay? It's summer vacation. Do we really want to spend summer caught up in a police investigation? Jamie looks to Alistair now. A face boiled with growing anger stares him down. Jamie. I've already been doing that, Alistair. You don't need to worry about me. Jamie walks out of the area into the red city, leaving Alistair with a red face of embarrassment for being inconsiderate to his friend. The Destroyer. Dick move, Al. Cut 2. Exterior. Evening. Scene 7. Alistair walks home alone in the lit-up city, stopping at an apartment complex. He slowly gets into an elevator in the lobby, going all the way to the top floor. Dust and dirt covers the corners of the elevator and every other room of the building, as many buildings in the city hide themselves with pretty architecture of their exteriors. Alistair gets off on his floor and gets to his apartment, using his key to open the door. His mother greets him as he opens the door. Allie. Hey. Hey. Both show little enthusiasm after the long day, with Alistair stretching to a workout video on the TV. Allie. You stay out of trouble? Alistair. Nope. Allie. Good. You want to join me? Alistair. Yeah, in a sec. Alistair goes into his room and hits the bed frame before looking at the ceiling, cooling down from the rough night he had. After a minute or two, he pulls out his phone and checks the police channel for any activity relating to the monster he and his friends saw. Listening for another minute, he hears nothing and quickly gets up to go back into the living room. On the desk in his room sits a small photograph of a bearded man smiling to the camera on a late sunny day. Alistair begins to stretch with his mom to the video before fully going into practicing different fighting skills. Karate, boxing, kung fu, and even original fighting style both use on each other as they practice together. Allie. You're getting better, Al. Alistair. I know. You getting practice on anyone outside home? No. Well, actually, yeah, but only here and there, rarely. It sucks. Don't lose sight of what you're doing it, or why you're doing it. Remember what you told me. It's not about the fighting, it's about doing what is needed of you. That's what your father... Allie stops herself before she can say the word, causing her to miss her son up the upper hand, fall to the floor, and make him finish in a quick stance. Alistair looks like he almost got distracted too by what she was going to say, but he stays focused and offers his hand to pick her up. I know, Mom. Cut 2. Interior. Evening. Scene 8. Jamie lays in a room alone in a relative's home just outside the city. Her eyes stay open as she lays on her side, and she looks out the window as the bright city dims the stars in the night sky. Elsewhere in the different parts of the round and in the city, Jamie and Alistair's other friends are also in bed or all alone in their homes. The only exception being the Destroyer, who lives alone from place to place in the city. Everyone thinks to themselves about what happened today. They worry about what it means in relation to the search for Jamie's family, and they worry about themselves and if they will be safe at all. Most importantly, they worry about each other. Flashback to some time before Jamie's family went missing. The gang all walk around the main hub of City X. Helena and Alistair hold hands together as they walk with their friends aimlessly. Alistair looks to his girlfriend, and Helena does the same, making both of them smile. Suddenly, a large explosion hits the street of the hub, making the gang stop in their tracks. Multiple large evil robots come from the explosion, causing fear and panic from other civilians near them. The gang scramble to find cover and hide inside a narrow alleyway as they watch the destruction across the area. Alistair and Helena still hold each other's hands, but Alistair starts losing his grip when watching the robots attack. A strong feeling of duty and responsibility fill Alistair's body while this is happening. A need to fight the robotic criminals becomes strong, and they continue to hide. Alistair sees a group of people about to be squashed by one of the robots, and this makes him leave Helena and his friends to try and stop it. Out of nowhere, a metal man crashes down onto the giant robot, punching it in its robotic face. Alistair stops and is surprised at the arrival of this man, and soon sees other spectacularly dressed people come onto the scene. All these heroes fight and destroy the evil robots, making all civilians around them come out of hiding in sheer amazement. The Protectors have once again defended City X. Alistair stands alone in the street, feeling like he wasted all his energy. He begins to walk back to his friends, who all come up to him surprised and concerned for what he was thinking going out towards the robots. None of them catch his attention except for Helena, who stands still and looks at him from the alley with the hand she held his with. Open and still, the hand hangs below her face that shows her sadness and worry for her boyfriend. Alistair clenches his hand in his sleeve as he dreams of this memory.